Mr. Williams has missed a few tests. He works Monday through Thursday, 5 a.m. to 4 p.m. Every time he has called to test, it has been through those periods. Obviously, the court knows that community corrections is closed.
This is why I don't like to do it this way. I gave you a chance, Mr. Allen.
So this guy got arrested for something, and as one of his bond conditions, he was to stay off of and test for drugs and alcohol on a regular basis. That was way too much for him. He starts off by missing all his tests, and then he drops dirty. So Judge Simpson drops greybar on his ass to dry out and think about it. We have 4 hearings over the course of 2.5 months where the defendant has excuse after excuse. They say prison changes a man, but does jail? Stick around to the end to find out. Let's roll, nerds.
It is.
All right, what are we doing?
Well, Your Honor, Mr. Williams, as for the pretrial, we're asking for an adjournment for plea negotiations so I can speak with Ms. Londy. And then there is a violation report that the court received as well.
Yes.
And to address that, so that Mr. Williams has missed a few tests. His reason being that he works at U-Haul. He works Monday through Thursday, 5 a.m. to 4 p.m. Every time he has called to test, it has been through those periods. Obviously, the court knows that community corrections is closed at 4:30 and he can't get there from Novi in time. So I'm asking the court to continue his bond. If the court wants him to test today, if he obviously can. And I don't.
He hasn't been testing, hasn't tested since his intake.
Right. Yes, he went right over. I believe he went over there after his arraignment, and then every time since has been working when his number has been called, or his color.
He's got a test. I mean,
Okay. That's no problem.
what's
Yeah.
no problem?
For me to test, I was just wondering, like, since I work in Novi and I was talking to the Miss Kerr over there, she also mentioned it was a Novi place I could test that.
That's
Nope.
fine. But you have to sign the release with community corrections.
Yes.
I have a problem with that, but I can't have all of these missed tests.
Oh, you won't, sir. And she told me that I had to speak with the judge in order for it to get changed. The test in Novi. And also,
You have to sign a release so that the testing center in Novi sends the reports to community corrections.
so I got to go to Novi and get a release form.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjourn this out to March 19, 2025, 9 a.m. Or as your invite indicate, I'll indicate defendant may test in Novi with results to community corrections.
Yes. And
But if I get back here and there's another missed test, I'll probably have to get a new order. But if I have any more missed tests, I'm just sending.
okay, you're not. Hey, sir, one more thing. Is it possible when I test that could I do the oral swab for the drug test?
You're not in a position to ask for anything
Okay.
because I should be sending you today. It's only because of what Ms. Perroney's indicated that I'm even giving you this opportunity.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Court calls case of the people versus Jason Williams.
For the people. Good morning, this is the public defender of Mark Perry on behalf of Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, please state your name for the record.
Jason Williams.
You got it. All right. What are we doing?
We are asking for a relatively longer adjournment. Mr. Williams is engaged in treatment, and Ms. Lonnie would like to see him continue in that treatment before we resolve the case. So let's start.
That's right.
The concern I expressed to Ms. Perry was that we had a lot of missed samples
Yes.
for community corrections, and that she let me know that he's been testing with a different facility, but I suppose there's been some challenge getting those results to community corrections. So right now, it looks like there's no testing happening, which is very concerning given the charge. But I'm hoping that we're going to see it. So I actually was wondering if we could go like a slightly shorter adjournment, would be the April 2nd, so we can see testing figured out, and then maybe like give them a chance to do better on bond to see if we can earn production.
I'm glad you guys talked this thing through. I already wrote April 23rd.
Oh,
What, the second?
23rd sounds great.
I'm
just about the time. That's all my concerns.
And I understand Ms. Lonnie's concern. I have been speaking with Mr. Williams about this, like, virtually almost every day. I do know that he's gone to test and notify multiple times. And he has spoken with Ms. Kerr about getting the results released. I know they spoke yesterday. I don't know if you have an additional update, Mr. Williams, but he is testing there.
April 23rd,
Thank you, Robert.
2025. Thank you. Court calls the case, People versus Jason Williams.
Good afternoon, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, please state your name for the record.
Jason Williams.
Your Honor, we're here for a pretrial. There's also a pending bond violation.
There is.
I have spoken about the violation with my client. I believe today he's going to admit to the violation, and he would like to make a statement on his own behalf.
Yeah, so that being said is I admit to the violation, and I know I wasn't supposed to have alcohol in my system. No excuse, but the last few weeks, sir, I had so much going on in my life, money issues, the car issues, whatnot, family issues, and no, there's no excuse because you said what you said, and I wasn't trying to get in trouble or anything, and I've still been going to my program, and that's still been helping me. So going to my program weekly by weekly and dropping with them and whatnot, and just still trying to grow as an individual and whatnot. So that's all I have to really say right now, sir.
If I may, Your Honor, add to that. So Mr. Williams is attending substance abuse treatment in Detroit. I believe it's called Community Care First.
Yes.
He goes there weekly for group therapy and is also attending AA meetings.
Do I have any documentation regarding any of that?
I believe I have provided to Ms. Londy. I'm happy to give it to the court. He gave me his schedule and
But how do I know that he's actually going to that?
He said what?
I have his enrollment paperwork. I'm happy to get an updated progress report from that program and get that to the court.
And we sign in every week. So
There every
we
week.
sign in every week. And I think you said that's part also. Talk down.
How long has he been doing that?
I've been doing this going on 3 months. It's January 25th, February, March. Almost going on 3 months.
Nothing, well, I was going to say nothing, but I did want the court to know he is fully employed at U-Haul. He works full-time there. He is hoping to stay out of custody and continue working, continue going to his treatment program, and just, get things back under control.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what is that?
Oh,
Ms. Lundy.
In our anticipation of the court accepting the admission to the bond violation, people would request enough change in bond conditions. First and foremost, there was a prior bond violation in March that the court accepted the admission to would allow the defendant to continue testing with where he's testing now. Unfortunately, this is an OWI case, and it does have a prior from 2012, and now this is the second time that we've got an alcohol violation. So I am requesting that he be placed on a scram tether. I do believe that community safety and the public safety risk of having this person not be on 24-hour testing supervision is too great to ignore at this time. So I am requesting the court order that and have him placed on the scram tether.
My problem is that and this is why I don't like to do it this way. I gave you a chance, Mr. Allen. I gave you a chance with the last violation.
I,
What?
sorry, just for me to speak, I wasn't informed that, about so I didn't know anything about the last violation. Like, this would have all been like, this wouldn't happen again. It wouldn't never happen again. Like it wouldn't never happen again. Like I say, I'm still just I'm working on it, sir. I definitely apologize. I'm just hoping like you could please work with me just one more chance, and you won't hear about it.
Here's the thing. I don't mind giving people chances, but I gave you an opportunity to test in Novi with results to community correction. I did that back, I think it looks like on March 5th. And I get these negative tests. Well, first of all, there were like numerous miss samples.
No, oh, sorry.
I'm going by their report.
Okay.
Then I get negative results. Then on March 27th, that's when the ETG comes through. I get a positive alcohol result. Here's part of my problem. I don't know how much you're drinking. And so that comes through, you've been drinking. And then on the 2nd, we get a negative result from your ETG. But then by the 9th, you're drinking again.
And the 2nd. And that's like,
what?
I'm just up here thinking, sir. Like, 2nd, like, 9th should have came back negative also.
It came back negative.
Yeah, negative. On the 2nd.
On the 2nd, it's negative because
Right.
It's only going to pick it up for whatever period in time. But then by the 9th, you're drinking again. Or sometime shortly before that or before that, you're drinking again. And I don't have any reason to doubt anything, but I don't know what treatment you're in. I don't have that in front of me, first of all, right now. I understand why I may not. But also, I don't even understand or nor can I trust what you're indicating is your participation with it.
So, like at the meetings, sir, there are 2-hour meetings every week. Like they're NAA, talk to a counselor and whatnot. And like once again.
Did you tell the counselor you're drinking?
You said what? Did I tell the counselor I'm drinking? No, I'm not drinking.
Pardon?
I'm not drinking. Like, I'm confused right now. You said that.
Pardon?
Did you tell your counselor that you had the positive alcohol test?
No, because
I
just got informed. I just got informed on Monday, so I was going to tell him this.
Well, hold it. Whether you got informed or not, you knew you were drinking.
No, I just got informed on Monday that I violated. That's what I'm telling you on Monday.
Okay, listen real close to what I'm saying. Whether you were violated or not, right?
Right.
You knew you were drinking. And so my question is, you knowing that, did you tell your counselor you were drinking?
No, I haven't spoken with her yet. I was going to speak with her on Friday about that and tell her, like.
I thought you went every week.
I go every week.
Okay.
Every week.
So today is the 23rd, right?
Right.
No, just listen to me.
Okay.
Today's the 23rd, which means presumably from the time of the results, you had at least 2 of those meetings. And you haven't told your counselor that you were drinking. That's from the last incident.
All right, last week, sir, we was off due to Easter on Friday, so we
Here's the
didn't.
problem, young man. You're gonna have to get your addiction under control. You got an excuse for everything. If you didn't get caught, you would say nothing, either to your treatment, certainly not to the court, it seems to me. And then you would go about continuing to drink. I'll adjourn the matter to May 21st, 2025, 9 a.m. At this point, given his violation, his admission to the violation, defendant's bond is hereby ordered revoked. I will reconsider giving him a bond and maybe releasing him with certain conditions once I see the information or progress report.
I was going to ask, Your Honor, do you think that we could get him assessed by the jail and see if there's any treatment programs that this county can offer him, maybe a higher level of treatment than he's already engaged in?
Well, I don't know what he's engaged in. I mean, I can't, because what he's telling me doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Well, I'll get that to the court and whatever other information I can obtain.
All right. Thank you. Court calls the case People versus Jason Williams.
Epsilon for the people.
Good morning, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Kearney on behalf of Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, please state your name for the record.
Jason Williams.
We're here for a pretrial hearing. I also filed a bond motion on behalf of Mr. Williams.
All right.
I would rely for the most part on the written motion. However, I do want to emphasize a few things. I did speak with Mr. Williams, his therapist at his substance abuse treatment center. He did do a number of sessions before being incarcerated, for his bond being remanded, including 8 group therapy sessions, 6 individual therapy sessions, and 8 AA sessions. She did indicate due to his positive test, they'd love to see him back, and that they would recommend extending his treatment for an additional 90 days. I also spoke with his employer. They gave him a 30-day leave of absence. He is welcome to go back to his job if and when he is released. And they all
Works at U-Haul.
At U-Haul, correct, in Novi. They all seem very happy with Mr. Williams' performance and do want him back. He has been in custody for 28 days as of today. So given that, I'm asking for the court to consider releasing him on a personal bond. We've spoken many times since he's been remanded. I think this is the first time he's ever done any time in jail. He's had a lot of time to think about his choices, and I think he's ready to get back on the wagon, get his life back on track, and take care of what he needs to do. He's willing to provide the court with progress reports of how his treatment is going. I think he'd be willing to wear a scram tether or any increased bond conditions the court may recommend.
Anything from the people?
Now, with a history of non-compliance while on bond, the people would request electronic monitoring of some kind, preferably a scram tether, perhaps just for the interim, to make sure that the defendant is not going to be taking a lot of bond with this operating while intoxicated offense.
Anything you gotta say, Mr. Williams?
No, sir.
Been an educational experience for you, hasn't it?
Yes, during these 28 days when I was here, I did learn a lot. I did become better. I had a lot of time to think. I have grown since I've been here. Like, at the end of the day, you have to be responsible. You have to obey the law. You have to do what you need to do and be able to just back to life and do what you have to do when it's all said and done.
Sorry you took this for it to come to that, but however, we have to learn it, right? I'm going to set his bond at a $25,000 personal recognizance bond with his previous conditions reinstated. Scram tether prior to release from administration.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. And then how much time did you want me to adjourn this out?
I think June 4th should be sufficient. I just need to have another conversation with Ms. Lundy.
Adjourn it to June 4th, 2025, 9 a.m. All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoy watching this content, please like and subscribe. It helps new channels like this one gain exposure. There is a lot more good court to come, so if you like what you saw, tell your friends. If you didn't, tell me, and let me know what you'd like to see and how I can improve. Thanks.